Grounded Combat Guide, How to Kill Spiders, Windows Central. Grounded is an excellent survival game from Xbox Game Studios Obsidian. Already one of the best games on Xbox Game Pass. Grounded is a tough but accessible adventure where you're shrunk down to the size of a matchstick. Stuck in a honey. I Shrunk the Kids style nightmare. Naturally. Gigantic spooky spiders will make your life in the backyard all the more difficult. With some tips, though, they become a whole lot less scary. Here's how to kill spiders effectively in Grounded. Obsidian's Grounded takes honey. I Shrunk the Kids and turns it into a survival video game. And it's bloody awesome. Spider slaying in Grounded revolves blocking primarily. There are two types of blocking in Grounded, a passive block and a perfect block. Simply holding down the block button will greatly reduce the amount of incoming damage you take. But you'll still take a hit, which means you could end up poisoned, severely reducing your chance of combat success. Ideally, you'll want to time your blocks close to the moment the spiders strike, which will prevent all damage and also prevent poisoned procs from occurring. Orb weavers have yellow patterned abdomens and skinny legs. Wolf spiders have big hairy legs and brown striped, and are much larger. Orb weavers are far easier to kill, dealing less damage and moving more slowly. They open the fight by spitting webs from their abdomen, which you can easily dodge. Wolf spiders attack more quickly, deal poison damage, and also do a dive bomb attack, which can instantly kill undergeared players. To increase your chance of success, consider getting an ant mallet crafted from soldier ant mandibles, or at the very least a sprig mallet, crafted from needles gathered from a thistle plant. You could also craft some acorn armor from acorn parts near the big oak tree. Approach your spider to aggro it. Its eyes will glow red, and it will focus you with hungry, murderous intent. You can also use a bow and arrow to get some hits in first, using a vantage point to avoid getting hit. You'd need a ton of arrows to kill a spider this way, though. It's far more effective to simply beat them down. Orb weavers start the fight by attempting to web you. Simply sidestep when they do this. Wolf spiders may jump up for a dive attack. You can perfect block this or run away out of range. Do not get hit, though, because it deals a crazy amount of damage. Once the spiders have used their cooldown attacks, they will rear up and try to bite you. With some practice, it's easy to get the timing down. See the video above on how to block into a spider lunge, especially on a wolf spider. Do not try and get more than one attack in after a block, or you won't have enough time to block the next spider lunge. Wolf spiders have a far bigger attack range than orb weaver spiders, making blocking a bit more crucial. You can hug orb weavers and strafe sideways to simply avoid their bites. But it's better to perfect block. If you fail to perfect block, you may get poisoned. Hit the spiders in the head as much as possible. 3 or 4 hits with a two-handed weapon like the ant mallet will stun them temporarily, allowing for a few free hits or charge-up attacks. Repeat this process until the spider is squished. Be wary of the wolf spider, since it will try to dive bomb on you again after a few seconds into the fight. Orb weavers only try to use webs again if you run out of range. Once you have killed the spiders, you can harvest their parts to make some mighty weapons and armor. So don't forget to loot. Happy hunting! And let me know in the comments if you have any more questions about spider slaying in Grounded. The Financial Times reports that as part of negotiations, Microsoft is now inquiring whether it can buy all of TikTok, instead of just the business in the US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. This new plan would include India and Europe, and excluding China. Good gaming mice are often expensive, but that's not the case with a UKE-wise Scarab gaming mouse. Here's why we love it, and why we think you should pick one up. Need even more Surface Duo in your life? Check out the latest Android Central podcast, in which Daniel Rubino and Daniel Batter, double the Dans, discuss Surface Duo, Microsoft's Samsung love affair, and Project xCloud. Dolby Atmos creates a realistic, immersive soundscape, but is not featured in every game. These are all Xbox One games with baked-in Dolby Atmos support so far. No spam. We promise. You can unsubscribe at any time and we'll never share your details without your permission. Jez Corden is a senior editor for Windows Central, focusing on Windows 10, Surface, Xbox, and gaming. Jez is known for breaking exclusive news and analysis as relates to the Microsoft ecosystem. Powered by Caffeine. Follow on Twitter, Mixer, and podcast services. Text source: windowcentral.com.